Hello students, I welcome all of you to today's lesson, which is about plant-water relations. Of all the environmental factors that affect plant life, none is more important than water. Water is the most abundant constituent of all physiologically active plant cells. Water is essential for the plants due to a number of reasons. Water transports minerals from the soil up to roots, where they are absorbed by the plant. Water is also the principal medium for the chemical and biochemical processes that support plant metabolism. Under pressure within plant cells, water provides physical support for plants. It also acts as a solvent for dissolved sugars and minerals transported throughout the plant. In addition, evaporation within intercellular spaces provides the cooling mechanism that allows plants to maintain the favorable temperatures necessary for metabolic processes. During plant's life cycle, large amount of water is continuously absorbed from the soil and transported to every part of the plant. Land plants get their major water supply from the soil. Water is the most important constituent of the plant body. Most herbaceous plants are made up of 85 to 90% water, and even woody parts of plants consist of as much as 50% water. Moreover, plants growing in soil are constantly losing large quantities of water by transpiration. So, without the constant supply of water, a plant cannot carry on any of its physiological activities such as photosynthesis, respiration, and growth. Obviously, an understanding of the manner in which plants get water is important. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ osmosis, water potential, plasmolysis ਅਤੇ imbibition ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ. So let us start with osmosis. It is the most important physical process that brings about the movement of water in a living system. Osmosis is regarded as a form of diffusion across a semi-permeable membrane across which only water molecules move. So, osmosis can be defined as the movement of solvent molecules from its region of higher concentration to its region of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Let us understand phenomenon of osmosis through potato osmometer.
Let us take colored water and sugar solution in different beakers and a peeled potato. Make potato osmoscope by making a hollow cavity almost up to bottom. Put sugar solution in the cavity scooped in the potato. This sugar solution will be separated by living cells of the potato, which work as a semi-permeable membrane. Now keep the potato in a beaker containing colored water. Allow the apparatus to stand for some time. After some time, we find that level of water in the potato cavity rises. Why it happened? Because the living cells of potato act as semi-permeable membrane. The tendency of water molecules to move from its higher concentration to lower concentration has been shown here. So, osmotic movement of water takes place from water in the beaker to the solution inside the potato.
So, osmosis is the passage of water from a region of high water concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to a region of low water concentration. मैंने उम्मीद है कि तुहानू semi-permeable membrane बारे ता पता ही होवेगा. A semi-permeable membrane, also termed as a selectively permeable membrane, a partially permeable membrane, or a differentially permeable membrane, is a membrane that allows certain molecules or ions to pass through it, but does not allow others to pass through. सेल मेम्ब्रेन सेमी परमिएबल हुंदी है क्योंकि एक सेल मेम्ब्रेन स्मॉल मॉलिक्यूल्स जिवें कि ऑक्सीजन, वाटर, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, अमोनिया, ग्लूकोज, अमीनो एसिड्स एटसेट्रा नूता पास होण दिंदी है, पर लार्जर मॉलिक्यूल्स जिवें सुक्रोज, स्टार्च, प्रोटीन एटसेट्रा नू नहीं अलाउ कर दी. Here in the definition of osmosis, you must have heard another term, a region of its high concentration. A region of its high concentration means concentration of water, meaning a very dilute solution or pure water. A region of its low concentration means low concentration of water, meaning a concentrated solution of something like sucrose. In this case, there is less water and the solution is concentrated. I hope now you are clear about the process of osmosis. If not, let us see another visual to make the concept clear.
Osmosis is the movement of water molecules across a selectively permeable membrane down a water potential gradient. In other words, it is the movement of water across a selectively permeable membrane from an area of high water potential, that is, low solute concentration, to an area of low water potential, that is, high solute concentration. But if a solute molecule is added to one side of the membrane, it will not be able to pass or diffuse across the membrane because it is larger in size and is polar. With fewer free water molecules on the side opposite to solute molecule, there is net movement of water molecules down their concentration gradient, that is, to the side with the solute molecules. As you can see here, that more water molecules are moving into this area than are leaving, hence water level will rise. So, when a solution contains a high concentration of solute, or in simple words, the solution is concentrated in relation to another solution, it is known as hypertonic solution. Whereas, if the solution contains a low concentration of solute relative to another solution, It is known as hypotonic solution as shown here in the visual. If the osmotic concentration of two solutions is equal, then the solutions are said to be isotonic.
So students, ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ biological system ਵਿੱਚ osmosis ਇੱਕ important phenomenon ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੌਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ physiological activities ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ living organisms ਵਿੱਚ important role play ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. Let us now study the significance of osmosis. Root hairs of the roots absorb water from the soil through the process of osmosis. The conduction of water from one cell to another cell in plants and distribution of water in plants is through the phenomenon of osmosis. Turgidity is developed by the process of endosmosis, which helps to maintain a definite shape of leaves, stem, and flowers. Turgidity also provides mechanical strength to the plants. The opening and closing of stomata also depends upon the process of osmosis. The growth of the young cells of plants depend on osmosis. The other daily activities also take place by osmosis and plasmolysis. So, water is required for almost all activities of plants. Because of the high demand of water, it is not surprising that water is often the limiting factor for plant growth and productivity in both agricultural and natural environments. Plant-water relations ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣ ਲਈ certain standard terms ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ. Water potential is a concept fundamental to understanding water movement. Solute potential and pressure potential are the two main components that determine water potential. Let us see them.
The energy possessed by water molecules, which determines its potential to do work, is known as water potential. As we can see, it is denoted by the Greek letter psi. Water potential is expressed in pressure units such as pascals, that is PA. By convention, the water potential of pure water at standard temperature, not under any pressure, is taken as 0. As we know, potential energy is stored energy due to the position of an object. Water at the top of waterfall has a higher water potential than water at the bottom of waterfall. The energy is the thermodynamic parameter which determines the potential to do work. Therefore, the energy possessed by water molecules determines its potential to do work and is known as water potential.
So, water potential ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਅਕਸਰ ਪਲਾਂਟ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਰਟ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪਾਰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਸੈੱਲ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਜੇ ਸੈੱਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਟਰ ਫਲੋ ਦੀ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਵੇਂ from soil to root, from root to leaves, from leaf to air. Water potential has proved especially useful in understanding water movement within plants, animals, and soil. Students, greater the concentrations of water in a system, the greater is its water potential. So, pure water has greater water potential if we consider solutions like seawater or the solution within living cells. These solutions will typically have negative water potentials relative to the pure water. If there is no restriction on flow, water molecules will proceed from the locus of pure water, that is, with high water potential, to the negative water potential of the solution. There are two basic factors that affect the water potential: amount of solute and external pressure. To understand water potential fully, it is essential to know about solute potential. Basically, solute potential is defined as the amount by which water potential is reduced as a result of addition of some solute. It is denoted by symbol psi-s and is always negative. The more solute molecules present, the lower is solute potential. Water potential ਦਾ ਦੂਜਾ component ਹੈ pressure potential. ਚਲੋ ਹੁਣ pressure potential ਬਾਰੇ discuss ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
Pressure potential is defined as a measure of the effect of pressure or tension on the ability of substance to absorb or release water. It is denoted by symbol psi-p. Pressure potential is based on mechanical pressure and is an important component of the total water potential within plant cells. Pressure potential is increased as water enters a cell. As water passes through the cell wall and cell membrane, it increases the total amount of water present inside the cell, which exerts an outward pressure that is retained by the structural rigidity of the cell wall. By creating this pressure, the plant can maintain turgidity, which allows the plant to keep its rigidity.
Students, the pressure potential in a living plant cell is usually positive. So, we saw that water potential of a cell is affected by both solute potential and pressure potential. The relationship between them can be represented as water potential is equal to solute potential plus pressure potential. Students, after studying the water potential, let us now focus on another important process in plants known as plasmolysis. Plasmolysis ਉਦੋਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਸੈੱਲ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਮੂਵ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਪਲਾਂਟ ਸੈੱਲ ਦੀ ਸੈੱਲ ਮੈਂਬਰੇਨ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੈੱਲ ਵਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼੍ਰਿੰਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. This occurs when the cell is placed in a solution that is hypertonic. Water moves out and the cell is said to be plasmolyzed. The movement of water occurs across the membrane, moving from an area of high water potential, that is, from inside the cell, to an area of lower water potential outside the cell. आओ ਵੇਖੀਏ ਸੈੱਲ ਵਿੱਚ plasmolysis ਦਾ process ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ.
Plasmolysis is defined as the process of water moving out of the cell, due to which cell membrane of a plant cell shrinks away from its cell wall. It occurs when the cell is placed in hypertonic solution. When a plant cell is in contact with a solution of lower water potential than its own content, then water starts leaving the cell by osmosis. Here you can see that protoplast starts shrinking and space between cell wall and protoplast is occupied by outer solution. This stage is known as plasmolysis.
Students, if too much water has been lost or not enough water is available, a plant will begin to wilt. When this happens, the cells of a plant are said to be flaccid. Plasmolysis is a reversible phenomenon. When the plasmolysed cell is placed in solution which is hypotonic as compared to cell sap, the cell gains water due to endosmosis. As a result, the cell membrane, cytoplasm and vacuole regain their normal position. This phenomenon is called Deplasmolysis. Let us discuss significance of plasmolysis. A living cell is distinguished from the non-living or dead cell through plasmolysis. Because plasmolysis does not occur in a dead cell, the osmotic pressure of any cell can be measured by limiting plasmolysis. If the plasmolysis remains for long duration in a cell, then it dies. To destroy the weeds, salts are placed in their roots. Students, plasmolysis ਬਾਰੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਲਾਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਉੱਤੇ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਬਾਈਬਿਸ਼ਨ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇੰਬਾਈਬਿਸ਼ਨ ਇੱਕ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਟਾਈਪ ਦਾ ਡਿਫਿਊਜ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋਲਿਡਸ ਔਰ ਕੋਲਾਈਡਸ ਪਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਐਬਜ਼ੌਰਬ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਨਤੀਜੇ ਵਜੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੋਲਿਊਮ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। So, it can be defined as the phenomenon of absorption of a liquid by a solid without forming solution. Pressure developed in an imbibent when dipped in imbibing liquid is called imbibition pressure. Let us understand this with the help of a visual.
In this process, volume increases enormously due to adsorption of water. You must have observed that if dry wood comes in contact with water, imbibition pressure develops in it and wood swells up. Another perfect example of this process is germination of seed. During germination of seeds, water is imbibed by seeds, causing an increase in their size. During imbibition, the water molecules get tightly packed and release most of their kinetic energy. The cotyledons of seeds either adsorb the water or suck through capillary action. After imbibing water, the seed coat breaks open and come out of the soil by cracking the surface.
Let us now quickly check the significance of imbibition. Absorption of water during the seed germination takes place only through imbibition. Breakage of seed coat during the seedling is due to imbibition process. Many hydrophilic colloids are present in the cell wall and protoplasm of plant. Absorption of water takes place in young cells through the imbibition process. So students, this is all about plant-water relations, and with this we conclude our today's lesson. Let us summarize all that we have learned today. Osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. A semi-permeable membrane is a membrane that allows certain molecules or ions to pass through it, but does not allow others to pass through. When a solution contains a high concentration of solute relative to another solution, it is known as hypertonic solution. Whereas, if the solution contains a low concentration of solute relative to another solution, it is known as hypotonic solution. If the osmotic concentrations of two solutions are equal, then the solutions are said to be isotonic. Water potential is often used while explaining the direction in which water flows from one cell to another or from one part of the plant to another. For example, from soil to root, from root to leaves, from leaf to air, etc. Solute potential ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ define ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. The amount by which water potential is reduced as a result of addition of some solute. Plasmolysis ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ define ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. The process of water moving out of the cell due to which cell membrane of a plant cell shrinks away from its cell wall. Imbibition ਵਿੱਚ water absorption ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਵੋਲਿਊਮ enormously increase ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੁੱਕੀ ਲੱਕੜ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ imbibition pressure develop ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਇੰਨਾ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੱਕੜ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕ੍ਰੈਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. ਇਹ imbibition ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. So students, enough for today. Let us quickly check with some short questions what you have grabbed today. Be attentive. Here are some questions. Question: what do you understand by osmosis? Answer: osmosis is the movement of solvent molecules from its region of higher concentration to its region of lower concentration through a semipermeable membrane. Next question: what is semipermeable membrane? The answer is, a semipermeable membrane is a membrane that allows certain molecules or ions to pass through it, but does not allow others to pass through. Cell membranes are semipermeable. My next question is, what is water potential? The answer is, the energy possessed by water molecules which determines its potential to do work is known as water potential. It is denoted by psi W. Its units are Pascal. Next question: what is pressure potential? The answer is, pressure potential is the measure of the effect of pressure or tension on the ability of substance to absorb or release water. It is denoted by symbol psi P. My next question is, what is plasmolysis? The answer is, plasmolysis is the process of water moving out of the cell due to which cell membrane of a plant cell shrinks away from its cell wall. It occurs when the cell is placed in hypertonic solution. This process is reversible. Hope I have made a successful attempt to clear your concepts regarding different plant-water relations, which will help you in fetching good marks in the exam. Thanks for your cooperation and attention. Looking forward to the next class. See you then. Thanks.